my heart, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know. I will make a quiet place within my life, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place within my heart, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know. I will make a quiet place within my life, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place, I will make a quiet place, I will make a quiet place.
Thank you, Phil and Reverend Susie. They have created a nice quiet space for us for this evening. Feels good. Tomorrow, the day before Good Friday, is Maundy Thursday. We're going to enjoy Maundy Thursday on our regular Wednesday service. I hope that doesn't get you too confused, but just pretend today is Maundy Thursday. Maundy Thursday is the name that is called for the Last Supper. And Maundy is an old English word that means commandment. And so that night is when Jesus gave his last commandment to his disciples. A new command I give you, love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. Love one another. This was the last commandment that Jesus gave his disciples. So we're recreating that Last Supper. It was the night that he told them that he was leaving, and they wouldn't be able to follow him. This was very hard for them to understand because they went with him everywhere. He had never gone anywhere that his disciples had not gone with him. It was such a change, all of a sudden, from that Sunday when Jesus had his triumphal entry into Jerusalem and the palms and the hosannas, and he that goes before the name of the Lord. I mean, it was remarkable. The people, they were all cheering and happy to see him as he came into Jerusalem. And now, all of a sudden, we're hearing nasty words about Jesus. The government is inciting the people to, they didn't want Jesus to be around. He was taking too many people. Jesus was a rebel. He was going against the authorities, and the authorities did not like that, one little bit. And so when that starts, now we know that the opposite is starting. The people now are jeering Jesus instead of cheering him. They're not happy anymore. They couldn't stand up. They were intimidated by all of those people, and they were different people than were there on the Sunday before. They were different people that came in and caused all this hoopla. So on Maundy Thursday, Jesus gathered his disciples into the upper room, and they could share the Passover and the Last Supper. When they sat down, Jesus took off his outer garment, knelt down before his disciples, and proceeded to wash their feet. They were so uncomfortable. Here is their teacher, their rabbi, kneeling before them, washing their very, very dirty feet. Remember, they lived in the desert and had sandals, so they must have been really, really dirty. And here is their rabbi washing their feet. Now, there was a reason for this. There is a lesson that Jesus was trying very hard for them to know, and to know very well. And that is that no one is more important than another. Ever. No one is more important than another. Love one another as I have loved you. They had their Passover. They shared their last meal together. And then he took the bread and the wine and gave to each of them. Now we all know this story, and we know what happens next. But this is one of those stories where you can experience over and over again, and you will learn something different. You will hear something new. It will be enlightening. There will be a real epiphany for you. You just never know. So when you experience this spiritual experience, it is something that can change your life forever, even though you've heard it year after year. This is my body, which is for you. Do this in remembrance of me. In the same way also he took the cup after supper, saying, "This is the cup of the new covenant in my blood. Do this as often as you drink it in remembrance of me." The bread that we partake during this communion symbolizes the substance of Christ. The bread defines the foundation, the power of faith. The wine symbolizes purification. The activity of receiving communion or Passover is a spiritual experience that creates a new consciousness, a new rebirth. Tonight, we're going to have the chance to wash our hands and receive the sacraments. We have learned now what Jesus was saying. The bread symbolizes spiritual substance and becomes one with the living substance. And the blood symbolizes purity, and we are made new. Share what I have taught you, he said. Share my words through the activity of communion.
You prepare a table before me in the presence of my family. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my family. You anoint my head You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my family. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my family. You anoint my head with oil. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. You anoint my head with oil. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows.
It's a time now for meditation. So I invite you to take one of those wonderful, refreshing, deep breaths. Feel that life of God that comes within us, is already there, but now is alive, and let it go. Take another breath. Breathe out that love of God. As we prepare for this important spiritual experience, there's something very important that we need to do. We need to forgive all mistaken judgments that we have had toward others and myself. We look at our mistakes and forgive ourselves. We look at those mistakes others have made toward me, and I forgive. The resurrection is a reminder of God's grace and power functioning in humanity. Easter is a story about the overcoming power of God in an individual life. Easter is a reminder that we have within us the power to overcome any obstacle in our way. We have within us the power to overcome any obstacle that is in our way. I invite you to take that into the silence. Let it become part of you. Believe it to be true. We have the power to overcome any obstacle that's in our way in the silence. It is the power to forgive and move on from past mistakes, hurts, and poor relationship decisions. The resurrection represents our power to overcome, to restore, to renew with health, peace, love, prosperity, and joy, whatever it is we are trying to revive. God is within every person as the Christ, God's idea of itself in humanity. The Christ, or the I Am, is the fullness of God expressing individually as every human being. Expressing individually as every human being. I invite you to take that into the silence and recognize that we are individualized expressions of God in the silence. The Christ in you has never been sick, broke, or unhappy. The Christ in you is your true spiritual wholeness that transcends your mental and physical natures. Therefore, you can proclaim your spiritual wholeness in the midst of any storm when you understand that God in you can never be kept in the tomb of fear, despair, lack, sickness, confusion, and doubt. You have dominion over the challenges of life. You have supremacy over your own thoughts and feelings. You have supremacy over your own thoughts and feelings. I invite you to take that into the silence. You have supremacy over your own thoughts and feelings in the silence. You can release the past. You can transform your life now. However, you must be willing to get out of your own way and let God lead the way. We clear our hearts and minds to partake now of that spiritual substance and purification to become refreshed and renewed. So as we close this meditation, take another deep breath. Prepare for this wonderful experience that you're about to have. Take another deep breath and come back to the present. We have 2 hand washing stations set up, so you can go to either one. The hand washing people will be there. And then after you're done with that, you can come and receive your communion. We have wine and grape juice that are marked. The bread is there to then just dip into either one, napkins, and partake, and then you can go quietly back to your seats.
As I come into your presence, past the gates of praise, into your sanctuary, till we're standing face to face. Look upon your countenance, I see the fullness of your grace. I can only bow down and say, you are awesome in this place, mighty God. You are awesome in this place, Abba Father. You are worthy of all praise. To you our lives we raise. You are awesome in this place, mighty God. As I come into your presence, past the gates of praise, into your sanctuary, till we're standing face to face. I look upon your countenance, I see the fullness of your grace. I can only bow down and say, you are awesome in this place, mighty God. You are awesome in this place, Abba Father. You are worthy of all praise. To you our lives we raise. You are awesome in this place, mighty God. You are awesome in this place, mighty God. You are awesome in this place, Abba Father. You are worthy of all praise. To you our lives we raise. You are awesome in this place, mighty God.
I hope you all feel special, empowered, and feel that grace of God within. I had an experience in 1960 when I saw and felt this Last Supper and crucifixion for real. I want you to hear my words as I take you with me as I share this experience. I was fortunate to be in Oberammergau, Germany in 1960, and when they did the Passion Play. They only do it every 10 years, and they did it as a result of a promise they made to God because of the plague that was hitting them in the 1800s, and they wanted to be spared. Well, they felt they were spared, and they had promised God they would do this play every 10 years, and they have. It was a miracle for them to survive this illness that was devastating their town. In this little town of Oberammergau, you'll watch in awe as at least 2,000 participants reenact the Passion Play. It's outside. The stage is outside. You have hills and mountains and grass, and grass. A horse could easily gallop across and it would look perfectly normal. It was so big. Everyone in the play either has to be born in Oberammergau or have lived there for, I think it's like over 25 years to even participate in this play. So it's a great honor for anyone who is able to be in this play. They take it very seriously. The play starts at 8 o'clock in the morning and runs until 5 o'clock at night. The program is in German. However, the stage things were all in English. So we could follow them on the stage, and all of us there really knew the story anyway, so that helped. But first imagine the stage on the side of the mountain. There are hundreds of people cheering as Jesus rode his donkey for his triumphal entry into Jerusalem. It was magnificent. Everyone is shouting, "Hosanna in the highest." The audience almost joined in. It was just so thrilling. And then came Maundy Thursday. It was hard for the audience even, because we all knew what was going to happen. We felt and watched as Jesus washed the feet of his disciples and gave them his last great commandment. They shared the Last Supper together, knowing that one of them had betrayed him. Then Friday came, and all of a sudden there are new people out there yelling, "Crucify him, crucify him." The people who supported Jesus became a bit intimidated, and they couldn't seem to do anything. They were just paralyzed. But because so many people in the town who did not want a king of the Jews, remember, the government was the head of the state and also head of the religion. For me, it was terrifying. There's Jesus carrying this huge cross, and he is carrying a huge cross. This is about as real as you can get. People are spitting on him and throwing things at him and calling him names. When they get to the hill, they nail him to the cross, and they raise that cross up in the air, and people are shouting and yelling at him. For me, I was like seeing everything for real. It was so real. And the audience was just silent. 2,000 people at least, I think, maybe more, sit in that audience. And it was silent. They hang this young man up on that cross, and he is there for an arduous 20 minutes before he goes into the tomb. He speaks his last words, as you'll hear on Friday night at 7, and then he's gone. I felt every single pain, sorrow, and I wanted to shout out, "No, don't do it." Mary sat at the foot of the cross, and night comes. Then there's a pause, and you see Mary at the tomb and a bright light that you can sense is Jesus. The joy that came over me was overwhelming. It was though I had never heard this story before. It was such a glorious feeling compared to the one I'd had just a few minutes before. Our worst trials end in overcoming. Each of us can overcome and be reborn as Jesus was. This is the message of Easter. No matter what trial we're going through, no matter how big it is, we each have that presence and power of God within us. I know. I saw it happen, and I believe it to be true. Go ahead.
You are awesome in this place, mighty God. You are awesome in this place, Abba Father. You are worthy of all
Let's have a closing prayer, and then there'll be the offering. Living, loving God, we are so grateful to have been a part of this experience, the washing of hands, the communion, receiving the sacraments. It feeds us, it reminds us, it brings to the truth of who we are, who you were, and how you still affect our lives. We are grateful. We are so grateful. And because of this awareness, and as we move forward in this day and in tomorrow and into Easter, we give thanks. And together we say, thank God within and all around us. Amen. Our offering basket is in the back on a chair, so as you leave, if you would be so kind as deposit your gift for the Unity there, that would be wonderful. I invite you, if you'd like, to take it to your heart and infuse it with all that love and energy that you have within and the precious experience you've had this evening, and then move it into the offering basket. And we can say together our blessing. Divine Lord, blesses or multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I have, something abundantly. That word I always remember, abundantly. God bless each of you. Good evening.
Holy words long preserved for our walk in this world. They resound with God's own heart. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Words of life, words of hope, give us strength, help us cope in this world where'er we roam. Ancient words will guide us home. Ancient words ever true, changing me and changing you. We have come with open hearts. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Holy words of our faith, handed down to this age, come to us through sacrifice. Oh, heed the faithful words of God. Holy words long preserved for our walk in this world. They resound with God's own heart. Let the ancient words impart. Ancient words ever true, changing me and changing you. We have come with open hearts. Let the ancient words impart. Ancient words ever true, changing me and changing you. We have come with open hearts. Oh, let the ancient words impart. We have come with open heart. Oh, let the ancient words impart.
It's okay, you can stay and let it sink in a bit.